Hi guys, how are you doing? It's been quite a long time. I haven't talked to you guys. Even my Patreons messaging me saying, "Hey, where the hell have you been?" I'm in Toronto right now, pretty far away from home, Hong Kong. Everything's good. I just want to tell you, what just fill in the blanks. What's happening because I was in Hong Kong after the summer holidays and just looking at the whole situation on Hong Kong. So today the topic we're going to talk about Hong Kong, the economic downfall, I can say, and what's going on because it's pretty sad what's going on. So let's start up, talking about it. So let's start up with the properties, housing market. The housing market since last year, beginning of last year, it's been slowly going down. So, and everybody's expecting, oh, don't worry about it, hold on to the property, because during the COVID, mainland China is still in the lockdown situation. So until, they said, oh, just wait until April. So April, May, they're gonna open the borders up so people from mainland China can come down to Hong Kong to invest on property. And the reason they like to invest is in China, you are only allowed to take like 5,000 US dollars a month. Each person can take only $5,000 a month out in mainland China. So buying a property in Hong Kong has always been good, and that's why for the last 10 15 years the property market hasn't gone down at all. So everybody was kind of holding on to the properties, that nothing happening, we'll just hold on. But the deal was after they opened, and even the shops, retail market, everything, well, they're gonna come down. But unfortunately what happened was they didn't come down, and the government wanted, suck up to the mainland government, central government, say, oh yeah, we're gonna get these tourists into Hong Kong, start spending, getting the economy going up again. But which was, yes, they did indeed have a lot of tourists come down, but the problem is these tours that come down to Hong Kong are shopping tours. So what you pay is probably $50 US for a day tour. So every day you pay $50. But the thing is, they make the commission up, and that's how they make the money. So you basically, when you come to Hong Kong, you have to go shopping. But the thing is, they don't go shopping in outside like the busy areas like Tsim Sha Tsui, Causeway Bay. They go back to the industry areas, because those, they buy jewelry, they buy clothing and everything. It's opened by mainland Chinese people, So it's just a warehouse. They would set up these shopping places, and so you would just go in these warehouses and start buying stuff, And the sad thing is, there's no spending power, so they don't spend much money at all to the Hong Kong regular economy. And another thing is, they come down like in a big crowd, so they cause the industry area to be all packed with buses, and even you can't even walk on the streets because there's so many tourists, mainland tourists, lining up to go to these restaurants, dedicated restaurants, in these industrial areas. And local citizens are complaining, we can't even get out. There's so much traffic jam, all these buses, everybody standing on the street, and they're complaining. Some were littering, some are smoking and causing a mess. So that's one of the unfortunate things. And so after the opening of the border, everything is quiet, so the housing market just went dead. And thanks to, even now, slowly, you don't find much tourists coming to Hong Kong. I mean, from the West. Tourists from the West, used to be in North America, a lot of tourists come to Hong Kong. In Europe, there's a lot of European tourists that come to Hong Kong. Really, I haven't seen too many at all. It's just been really bad. There's hardly any tourists, Not even talking about mainland China, okay, but even Hong Kong, supposedly being an international city, which I don't think so. It's bad, and that's one of the things. So the tourist industry has just bombshelled. It's just gone down the drain. And another thing is the office. So as you probably see on the media, a lot of Western companies are moving out of mainland China. It's true, and you would know in Hong Kong, a lot of prime office spaces are empty, and it's so scary because the whole floor you would see only one person renting just one office space, and even that office space it's like a family doctor for the company, for the building. So it's their internal office, and it's not just to one prime building, it's all many prime buildings. And there's one building in Central, it's brand new. They're gonna open up a soft opening later on this year, and they only have one tenant, and that building is like 50 stories high. They only had one tenant coming in, and that's really, that's devastating, guys. What view have I got to see in Hong Kong? It's pretty depressing, actually. And I'm not blaming everything on anything, but seriously, I don't like politics, but it's politics, and there's this security law, Hong Kong security law. Once they got that in place, people just don't want to deal with it, and not even just local citizens in Hong Kong, but the tourists. Even if a businessman come to Hong Kong, set up a company or anything, you don't know what, you might say something wrong, you might offend anybody. So I June 4th I just went to Shenzhen, so it's more relaxing atmosphere because people are very obedient. Even now, in Hong Kong, on Facebook or YouTube, you can still see YouTube. They're still not censored, but you just have to be careful what you post, because they do knock on your door nowadays and report you. And the thing is, there's a snitch hotline, so if they found you are endangering the country's integrity or whatever, you can report the guys snitch on you next behind you, your neighbors, on anything, and the police will come knocking on your door. So do you call that a police state? So that's why it's just really, you won't see me in Hong Kong saying, oh wow, how great it is, everything's just gone down the drain. So commercials, a lot of commercial shop fronts are still closed, not opening. Office buildings are not rented out, and still new buildings are coming out, nobody's renting it. The market for housing, for the high-end housing market, has dropped probably 30-35%, and lower housing still has dropped. China has just gone to hell. Okay, you don't want to talk about China. We can do something like talk about mainland China later on, but there's too much happening in Hong Kong. So Hong Kong, as I said, the national security law, everybody is afraid because there's no right or wrong there. So if they feel you did something wrong, doesn't matter who you are, you come in and set up a company, say, oh well, you said something that hurt the CCP or damaging national security, they will come and arrest you or detain you for whatever they like. So I'm not surprised. Who wants to come to Hong Kong to invest, or set up an office in Hong Kong, not knowing what's going to happen to you? Be so careful. And now even the international community, Hong Kong, it's affected Hong Kong a lot due to mainland China, all the COVID. It started all with the COVID, right? The trade war and everything. Now it's not getting any better. It's just, I just have nothing to say about that. So that's really depressing in a way. And what can I do? I'm just a regular citizen, right? Luckily, I just, I'm a resident of Hong Kong, but I still have the freedom to go to wherever I like to, which is a privilege, I guess, nowadays. But even on my YouTube channel, you gotta really think what you're gonna post, or you're gonna get arrested. Even now, they have 8 fugitives. They say they're endangering the national security law, and they posted like $1 million for them. $1 million Hong Kong, so that's about 150 grand US. And even if you murder someone, you're a fugitive, that's less than half price, so it's probably like 70,000 US. So even national security, the law, you would your price on your head would be higher than a murderer. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, so pretty much I just want to keep you up to date in Hong Kong. It's just not doing good, and for me, luckily last year my friends told me, hey, you better get out of the housing market. I said I've been living in my apartment for like over 10 years, 10, 15 years. Doesn't matter. Just go to a storage, move out, rent a place, which I'm really thankful. And doing some fixed deposits in the bank, and you just have to be careful which bank that you put your money in. You never know if they close the bank or something like that. Your money you'd be toast, right? Because I think they only pay you $500,000 Hong Kong dollars if the bank closed, and if you have a fixed deposit a lot bigger than that, you're pretty much toast, right? So pretty much that's it. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for not being patient with me, especially my Patreons. I owe you so much. You guys are awesome. Yeah, so signing off from Toronto, where my son is, and talking about my son, he's got to be independent. I got this big ass pickup truck because I have to buy him a bed, a sofa, buy him all these things. This is a full size pickup, so big, man. I'm just not used. So it's a GMC. They at the rent-a-car place, they offered me a Ram, for a 5.7 Hemi. I'm not gonna be able to afford the gas. The gas is so expensive in Canada. Anyway, thanks for watching. Signing off from beautiful Toronto. Take care. Bye bye.